Oh, that's a good song. I gotta get to my light one.
Yeah. We do. We got the power. I've got the power. It's Monday night.
What did you say? You've got the shower? What
No,
is
I'm
it?
not in the
He's got
shower. I
something
got
to it.
the power. It's Monday night. I am in the house with my main man, Frank Bergoa, and the big guy, Ronnie DeGhetto. And let me
The
tell
Big
you something.
Bopper.
Let me tell you something. I have been waiting for this guest to come on. Um, Seriously, I tell you, we're gonna have a good time. Uh, we're down Central Florida Metal Detecting Club, right, Frank?
Woo.
And we're down there, and I catch wind that no, I didn't pass wind.
I thought you
I
said you passed wind.
caught wind. I know it. Whenever I say the word wind, it is I catch wind that Mark Anthony was coming, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta meet this guy. So I go over and I start talking to him, and I'm like, now, I mean, it took about 30 seconds, and we're laughing about some kind of stuff, man. Just like, I'm like, dude, I got to get you on our
Yeah,
show.
well, you don't know that me and Mark Anthony were laughing watching you come across. We were already laughing when you got there.
Because, I'm like, I got to get you on the show, man. And he is, this guy's the real deal. Great personality. Um, he's been there, he's done that. Uh, they're out of what would you call it, Frank? What do we call it? A store or a what?
It's a treasure shop.
Oh, a treasure. Yeah, treasure shop. Spanish Main
Antiques.
Antiques in St. Augustine, Florida, and we're already preparing to go there. Um, we're gonna work this out, and we're having him on a show tonight. Then we're gonna plan on going there, and we're just gonna ruin his whole shop. Stevie's like a bull in the china shop when he gets on. He's like, I want to see this. I want. Oh, that was the other thing. He's gonna show us a lot of cool stuff. I forget what he was walking around with at the Florida Hunt, but he had a beautiful gold relic, and it was cool. So without further ado, Mark Anthony from Spanish Main Antiques, St. Augustine, Florida. Give him a round of applause, folks. Can you bring him in, Frank? At this point, you're supposed to bring him in.
Look at here.
Ah!
I had to get on the show just to be able to make sure my name was finally said right. Spanish Main Antiques.
I do. I have to apologize. I'm an idiot. What did I used to say? The gold digger. I used to say
You
something.
Said Spanish Main Treasures, and that's
I-
not me. So,
You
man,
know,
The gold used to say the gold medal digger detector shop.
I've been on the show 5 years and you don't get my business.
you know, I talk too fast sometimes.
No,
But
it's good.
welcome to the show, buddy. Now, do you remember what you were carrying that night of in Central Florida? You were walking around and you're like, look at this, and I'm like, just dying.
Oh yeah, the gold box with the Emerald Cross in it. Yeah,
There
right.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that's right.
I mean, let's face it. You have so many special goodies that have come up from underneath the ocean
Yeah.
that you've probably forgotten everything you have.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been selling treasure for 34 years. I mean, you can imagine the stuff I've come across, stuff I've owned, stuff I've seen, the collections that I've been invited to. Not just growing up a diver and a dealer, but and a digger, but I've always gone to everybody else's collections, and believe it or not, throughout my lifetime, I've been having to make sure I was a member of the club before I was allowed into a lot of people's collections. Being a broker as well, there's a lot of guys out there that have been buying from me for a long time and diving and collecting themselves. And, when they pass on, the wife, the kids, the girlfriend, whatever, they're all looking to, sell the items. So they're looking for a qualified expert like me to help broker their collections. So, I mean, that's what I do too.
And I think that's great. I kind of do that with folks that, just your basic gold and jewelry. I'll help them. First, I'll tell them what they have if they want to sell it. I give him assistance in doing that and trying to do the best for him I can, and that's invaluable sometimes because we know what can happen out there in the real world.
Yeah.
Let's start with, first off, where were you born and raised?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, so you're still local. I mean, born and raised in the same area.
Yep.
What got you into treasure? And when?
Well, I'll make it real quick. At 10 years old, I started diving the springs, and started finding Indian artifacts. And one of the instructors that was always on site with us, you can't get certified till you're 12. So I'm floating around in, 3 to 5 foot while all the guys were in the caves. And I'm just looking around, and I started finding some Indian artifacts. And one of the instructors came up and said, throw that stuff back. We're going to get in trouble. We're going to go to jail. So I kind of threw it back, but it was my first feeling of touching history, that somebody hadn't touched before. Let's progress on. Let's say about 13 years old. I almost had my arm cut off, school bus accident. And I'm sitting there watching TV. And that year they were going over the fact that in 1985, it was like the golden year for treasure hunting. They found the mother lode of the Etosha, 400 million. They found Titanic, and they found the pirate ship, the Wooda. They found the Bell. So within that summer, it basically changed part of the course of my life as the interest of history and the things that were going on at the time. And my interest in history already was overwhelming. My dad was a jeweler, so he told me, get your jewelry classes going on, gemological, jewelry repair, got into the retail, found my first coin in the Keys when I was 16, and that pretty much sent me in a direction I was going for the rest of my life. So, I kind of took that with the open door to retail with my dad's shop. He let me put a big old 6 to 8 foot case in the store, start filling coins and artifacts that I was finding and buying and selling. And it kind of started my path to designing jewelry, diving, digging. I started investing with guys down in the 1715 fleet, Central America. We started giving them money, get on their boat, pulling anchors, just learning. And I just never stopped. But
so, Frank, do you believe what he was doing while we're out there dealing with the crap of society?
I was keeping humanity safe so he could get out there and find treasure.
This guy's living the life. How old are you now, Mark?
51.
And he's still younger than me.
Yeah, you're younger than me. Living the life as I'm dragging my ass up and down the streets, and oh my God, oh Jesus, I picked the wrong profession.
Seriously.
I'm in the wrong profession,
Yeah, but we need you guys, because who else gets to guard these bad boys, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
So give us a tour of the shop. Yeah, give us
that's a badass box of coins right there, Mark.
Show us what you got. Show us what you got.
If I walk around the shop, it's going to turn the signal off. So there's no way I'm be able to walk around the shop. We'll save that for when you come here. We'll walk around, do a live feed. How's that?
Right.
But
so what you got, and then what you got within reaching distance?
Oh man, I got a whole bunch of stuff just to kind of show you what we do. Let everybody know out there kind of what this store is. Basically, just like what you were saying earlier, growing up in the industry, a lot of freaking pirates out there, a lot of people you can't trust. There's a lot of people watching, finding gold, diamonds, jewelry. Where do they go? I mean, where do you guys go when you want an honest opinion of what you found? And what I found, there was a lack of people in this industry that were willing to help people just because they love the business. What you guys are doing every Monday, you're dedicated to teaching people about this business, about this industry, treasure hunting. Well, that's why I opened up the shop. No one really had a place to go to answer those questions. I found this ring on the beach. Is it a real diamond? What's it worth? Well, my jewelry background allowed me to be able to help people do that. Is this real gold, silver? What's its value? Treasure hunters, the same thing. Just because they're out there treasure hunting doesn't mean that they know what they're finding. I've been on too many salvage vessels, and I'm not naming names of guys that really did it, doing it right, but did not have the background that I had to be able to help identify what it
Knowledge
is
is a
that we'll find.
big time tool, brother. Knowledge is a big time tool.
Yeah, and
So Frank.
that's why I knew I needed a shop to give people a place to go, to buy it, to sell it, to help identify it, turn you on to conservators, archaeologists, historians, experts in the field of certain things. And I kind of just was able to bring it all together to help all my fellow buddies out there, whether you're on land or in the water or collecting, place to come and help understand more of what you got.
All I know is I went detecting 2 weeks ago and I found a coin. And I showed it on here, and Steve and Ronnie told me it was part of a bottle top. But Mark knew exactly what it was.
Yeah. But we got everything here. I mean, this store is full of just history. I mean, you don't have just, treasure coins loose. You don't have just treasure coins mounted in jewelry, but I mean, you got everything in here from,
Oh, dude, I'm eyeing up those swords. They're awesome.
I mean, there's a flintlock, still encrusted. I mean, we deal in swords.
So where did that come from?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
But I can tell you it was wet where we found it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, okay. That's what I mean.
I'll have to shoot you with it.
It came from underneath the ocean, is what I'm asking. I don't mean exactly where. Yeah. I mean, you got it from
Southern Caribbean.
Yeah, but under the ocean from a wreck.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I'm just trying to set, figuring that, get that information.
Yeah.
No, we don't want you to give away any of your secrets. No, we know that's not going to happen. But like all your coins, I mean, you're pulling them off the bottom of the ocean, huh?
If you ever need a supply of pull tabs, Steve will hook you right up with his secret spot.
I got to tell you something. I cannot find us on Facebook. Are we broadcasting on Facebook?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, we got 1,000 people here, so I'm assuming we are.
Yeah, I know. I have to do something. I'd like to open it on Facebook.
Let me go double check. Hold on.
Oh, I got it right here, and I got it right now. Good. It just took time. So we were arguing in the beginning of the show, and Frank is really mad because I know I have one. I know you got a tray full, Mark, but I got me a nice
we got just a few here.
8-cut cob. Yeah. And we know Ronnie's got one, and everyone should have one.
Sexy sound, ain't it?
And you have yours, right, Mark? I mean, you have a couple few there. And Frank, I think your volume's down, Frank. Can you hear us?
Thank God.
I'm biting my tongue because if I stay stuff, I'll get
sit there and stew, buddy. Sit there and stew. So everyone should have one.
That's right. And I know the place. Spanish Main Antiques.
Yeah, can you come halfway? Excuse me a minute.
I'm there. I can't wait to come down there and see that shop, brother. I can't wait.
Oh man, I tell you. Yeah, we've got a little bit of everything here. I mean, we've got antique diving gear. We got tons of jewelry for the ladies. I mean, don't think we've left you out. There is tons of stuff in here for the women. I mean, it's a 50-50 store. I don't want anybody coming in and not having fun, from the little kids that come in, they want $10, $15 items, to the holy rollers that got all the money coming here, want to spend $500,000 on a piece. We've got it. We might have to go to the bank, but we've got them in there. So
and Ronnie's probably going to want to buy one of them for me. So have one ready, please.
Okay.
All
Two,
right, that's
one
right.
for you and one for Frank.
Yeah,
That's right.
Listen,
apparently I can't find them.
I'm not worried about Frank at all.
That's right. I'm on credit cards and none of that the bad checks I've been hearing about.
Oh God.
we had a personality. I don't know if you know him. Pat Croce was a personality up here. He was with the Philadelphia 76ers for years.
Yeah. Used to supply his treasure shop for about 4 years.
Is his shop still open?
Yeah, it's a museum, but I mean, for about 4 years, I put a lot of coins in there for sale so he could have, some retail. But, he was a little nervous about security. So, I took him out.
And like I said, I was in St. Augustine, Florida once, and I went to his store. And I just wish, I mean, how long have you been where you're at now? You've been there a while?
Well, I've been selling treasure in St. Augustine for 31 years. So we moved from Jacksonville, St. Augustine in 92, and that's where it kind of blew up for me. And that's when I started building a store and cut loose and And I've been having fun ever since.
Yeah, how can you not have fun in that shop? Look at that. I'm just looking at the swords behind you on the wall.
Oh yeah,
Awesome, man.
Now,
Full.
Color.
There's a wooden treasure chest. Yeah, we got it all.
the question that people might want to know is, and of course we always ask, what's your favorite find? But what is the find you will not let go of?
Whew. Well, there's a find that I won't let go of that I bought. And then there's a find that I just found last year that I questioned whether or not I even want to sell it. But
Right.
again, going back to 1985, being a dealer, on my wrist is a coin from the pirate ship, the Widow. I don't know if a lot of people have ever heard of the pirate ship, the Widow, but basically Sam Bellamy and Edward Teach were hired by the pirate Benjamin Hornigold about 1714. And under Benjamin Hornigold, they were crew and rose in the ranks and became vicious guys. And Sam Bellamy quickly became Black Sam, and of course, Edward Teach became Blackbeard. When they both parted, went their own way. But in 1717, Black Sam captured the biggest prize of anywhere, which was the slave ship, the Widow. And during his attacks of like 50 vessels within a short period of time, he was headed back up north to go be with his girl. And the ship sank off Cape Cod, Massachusetts. This is one of the only 8 coins yet that we know of that's in private hands. And this is the grade 1 that everybody else has got grade 2, grade 3. So you could say, yeah, I'll be dying with that on my wrist. So touched by pirates on a pirate ship. See, Blackbeards, they haven't identified 100% that it was Blackbeard's ship. Remember, it was a pirate ship, so it was scuttled. Then it was burnt. So they didn't find any artifacts that could have been identified as the Queen Anne's Revenge's artifacts, whereas Barry Clifford pulled up the bell from the Widow, and it was dated with the Widow's name on it. So 1,000% identified as the only pirate ship ever found.
That's cool.
And then, of course, in July of last year, on Site 212,
I saw that.
Oh my God, that thing is incredible.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah, you can go on our Facebook. You'll see a picture of me coming up out of the water with it in my hands. You can see the coral on it in the picture when it came out of the water. But gold is the only element that doesn't mix with air, so it doesn't rust. So a lot of people don't realize that when gold is brought up out of the ocean, a lot of times it looks pristine, just like it went in the water. A lot of times when you see gold, sometimes it'll have coral attached to it. But what people don't realize is when the gold starts to tarnish underwater. Like here's a gold coin that Miklos found underwater. I don't know if you see a little bit of tarnish on there. Beautiful. That's from Site 212. But if you notice, I don't know if you can see in the camera, there's a little tarnish going on. And what that tarnish is the alloys mixed in with the gold.
Right.
Exactly.
Copper or silver is what will give the gold a little bit of a tarnish, but people don't realize, I see them on your screen all the time going, oh yeah, gold doesn't, gold comes up out of the water. I'd say 90% of the times looks like the day it was dropped in,
I have a cheaper version of that cross.
Hey baby, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's from Wish, isn't it?
Now let me ask you a question, Mark.
Point Pleasant.
Tell me about that cross. You're underwater for how long? Put us in your shoes.
First, hey Mark, I know you're not going to give up details. I know, but when you say it's on Site 212 or Site whatever, have you guys identified that ship, or it's just a wreck that you're on?
Well, Miklos found it in 21. Come across a ballast pile from hell, one of the largest ballast piles we've ever seen. And then we started realizing after I went there, there was ballast piles everywhere and pieces of shipwreck everywhere. When I mean pieces of shipwreck, I'm not talking about wood structures, stuff like that. I'm talking remnants, artifacts, anchors, not many cannons. But on the reason why we call it Site 212 is because we haven't identified it yet. And it was an area code 212. We called a buddy in New York to ask a couple of questions on the sat phone. So he decided to nickname it Site 212.
Okay.
We're still looking at it. We've got our theories to what it may be. We're taking our time. We don't want to jump to the punch and say, oh, we think it's this, we think it's that. We got an admiralty claim on it, so we're doing legal. Brought up almost 2,000 coins. But in the first 6 months of locating that wreck, we realized there were other wrecks there on top of it. Seems to be an anomaly out in the middle of the ocean that there just seems to be boats are hitting it.
Ship to and they wreck.
We've got
Bermuda
1600s artifacts, 1700s artifacts. We've got some artifacts. I think the oldest that we could identify did not exceed 1830. And we haven't found anything on the wreck that's plentiful that predates about 1610 on the other site. So we've got different sites that we're working, depending on the weather, visibility. Believe it or not, we're only at about 11 feet deep. So I could be down there all day. Pretty much.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
So tell us about. Lead me up to you finding that cross.
We had been jumping on a site, an area of about 50 feet, and coins were coming up. The pockets of coins that we were finding seemed to be mixed up denominations. In my experience from diving wrecks, if you're diving big wrecks, your coins seem to be divided. They're sorted. You got your 8s in your chest. You got your 4s, your 2s. You tend to see how they're packed away in the ships. But what we seem to be discovering is that it looks like it may have been a salvage boat. But we don't have a lot of cannons on this one site, so we know they're not looking to protect a big loot of treasure. We think maybe it was a salvage boat salvaging another wreck that's probably about 180 miles away. Could not be. Very similar coins, but very interesting. So we're back there. We're working that site, and we weren't hitting anything. Some iron objects, junk, stuff like that, and trying to get away from a lot of area where we had a lot of lime rock. Trying to get back into some sand. So we started moving a little bit further away to another section of a wreck that we were pulling up 1700s coins, and that's when I found that cross. And I got to tell you, it's hard to put you in that moment. But basically, you start to hyperventilate. You can't believe what you found. You're looking at the artifact. You realize what it is. You still can't believe what you found. But at the same time, you're scared to let it go, and you're scared to not continue to look to make sure that the hole is still dry. Did you get everything? Is there something else in the hole? I just didn't want to let it go. So basically, I just took my detector off. I set it down at the bottom. Pulled out one of my weights from my dive belt, stuck it on it, and surfaced and took the cross straight to the top. Just because of the fact that I didn't want to let it go. I got gloves on, so I can feel the object, but if it would have fell off, who knows if I'd ever been able to find it.
And you didn't want to lose the spot you were at, which I was pretty smart, because I just leave. I'd be like, "Yeah, look what I found," and I disappear. Right.
Oh, yeah. So, I surfaced, started screaming, yelling. They brought over the little boat, came, picked me up, and that's when they snapped the shot. Handed off to Miklos, freaked out, had a great time. And then it's like ringing the freaking cowbell, man. Everybody was in the water. Yeah. Down. Everybody's throwing on gear. Everybody's down there hitting it. And we pounded that spot for a good until dark. Just burning as much air as we could just to make sure that whatever was going on was clear. But
so when you go, let's just pick site 212. Like, how many people are tell me, I don't want names, and I don't, no.
4 of us. That's it.
I don't want names. 4. Longitude and latitude be fine.
There's only 4 people, no more.
Nope, that's it. Nobody.
So everybody dives.
Yep, 100%.
So I guess 2 dive, 2 stay up.
Depends. Yeah, usually it's 2 up, 2 down. You guys got to watch out for anything in the area, safety. Right. You got a guy's man in the boat to make sure that the boat doesn't float off. We've got our launch, and then we've got our big boat, which is about 72 feet. But pretty much the way we work it is our boat is the big boat is stored in the Caribbean, and we got a private plane, and we've got a captain cranks up the boat, and he'll meet us XYZ, and we'll be on the plane, and we'll land the plane in the water.
When you're hitting treasure, though, like a shallow, you're saying 11 feet shallow. Is this all tanks, or are you guys hookah at all to make it easier, or Or you just tanks?
Well, we do both. I mean, we do both because we still got to fill the tanks, and if we can burn the hookah as much as we can, hell yeah. And I love the tank. I love the freedom of the tank. Allows me to just cruise around. It's not like we're deep. They can see the bubbles, so they know right where we're at.
Remind me when I see you in Florida. I've got a couple pictures of Steve on a hookah. I want to show you privately because.
And I was deep, dude. It was dangerous. I was deep and man, that was dangerous. That was bad.
I built the hookah from scratch, Mark, and of course, I put air filters and everything on it, but I didn't want to test it, so I gave it to Steve.
So that's what's wrong with him. I get it. I get it.
He sent me into the great depths of his 4-foot pool. So I'm just trying to picture this for everyone. So now you got a 72-foot boat.
Yeah.
And now there's a captain plus the 4 of you.
No, the captain is he's just a boat captain. He brings out the boat to a certain area. We land the plane. We get on the boat. He gets on the plane, and then the plane takes him back away, and then we take the boat and keep going. It takes about 3 days from where we.
What do you got? Like a pontoon?
He's just driving the boat to you guys.
A pontoon plane? You land in the ocean?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't get sick. I swear to God, I get seasick in the tub.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't be very much fun out there. But like this,
and that's different from every other time I'm out with you. How?
This amazes me. I love these stories. I'm trying to put myself on the boat out there, like Jacques Cousteau, man, and being like how neat would it be? Now,
Mark, do you have extra pontoons for buoyancy if Steve gets on that boat like he wants to?
Yeah, now we're gonna get him sicker and shit and laugh our ass.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, that's real funny. I'm laughing. So, and it's just dive, and how long will you stay out there at a time?
We'll be out there for about 5 to 7 days max. We don't want to hang around in the area too long. We don't want people watching. I mean, we're in an area where no one really is seen. I mean, we haven't seen anybody. But at the same time, when we are seen, we don't want to stay there too long. So really, we sit out there until we see another vessel. We see another vessel, we move. We'll come back later.
Right.
But, we try to keep really, under the radar.
So in these weeks, about how many gold, silver, coin? I mean, what are you pulling up in about a week?
Well, you figure a year and a half. We've only found about 20 gold coins, so we're not looking at a ton of gold here. But as far as silver, sometimes we hit a pocket of over 200 coins one time. Nice. When one trip we hit 2 coins. So I mean, it really is no algorithm of what do you get? I mean, I've been on vessels before, just like the 1715 fleet. I've dove all year and never found anything. Musket ball, a couple of bronze nails. And I mean, it's just, you say it's luck, but at the same time, I mean, it's diligence. You just can't stop. It's just like the people watching the show. I always say, if you're not looking, you're not finding. And it's the joy of what we do, looking, that creates the fun. Right. And the finding, trust me, is rewarding as hell. But at the same time, I mean, if you're not looking, you're not finding. It's simple as that.
On some of the other places that you're diving, Rex, you dived on, you have that issue where people trying to scope out your sites?
Oh God, I mean that's the funny thing about Hollywood. When you watch the movies, there's no question. I mean, people are always watching you. I mean, if I could drive a different car to the beach every time I go treasure hunting, I'd do it. I mean, everybody is in the parking lot looking at everybody's vehicles. Everybody knows where you're at. Okay. I mean, I'm ready to park down the street and get an electric bike and hide it in the woods at this point. Yeah.
So, what are some of the strange artifacts you find? I mean, do you find plates and silverware and cups?
I would have to say the strangest thing we ever found was an enema. I mean, we're finding just like you guys are finding stuff, but when you find surgical stuff, you're finding, probably like some of the things that touched me the most was finding a child's shoe sole. I mean, it was about that big, 3 to 4 inches in part of the bottom leather. And you had to question yourself, did that person drown? Was the shoe tossed off? Was it,
right.
let go so they could swim. I mean, you just don't know.
Mark, no matter how much Steve begs, don't give him that enema. Whatever,
Oh,
whatever
no.
no matter how much he offers you. 'Cause
Yeah.
You know what?
When you get here from wearing a rubber glove, you know.
I don't ever think I will beg for an enema. I don't ever see that happening.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, we found pretty much everything you could think of. Swords, pistols, pieces of
that's just a bomb,
buckles,
man. That's
buttons,
awesome.
coins. I mean, jewelry. I dove with a guy, buddy of mine, Mike McGuire, for a long time. 1715 Fleet. We'll be diving with him again this year. But yeah, he was on Amazing Treasures back in the 90s, where a part of our team where we were with. In fact, we found a gold box on the beach with a rosary in it, a gold rosary with red coral beads, and there was 5 rings in there. And we kept hitting this site. The 1715 Fleet still has a lot to offer because I, like probably a lot of other people, I think there's still a ton of stuff on land. I think that they're up there burying the hell out of it. And you got a lot of houses that were built on top of the treasure. The McClarty Museum, they've kind of put that place where you can't dig around it anymore. But, there's no question that Kip Wagner believed that there was still a lot of stuff on land in between the dune and the road. I've talked to contractors over the years. That's the cool thing about this shop. Man, it's like a bar. I mean, I've got a bar back right here from 1890, but everybody wants to come in and tell me their stories, and I write them all down. And when you start hearing the same stories, over and over by different people, you start to draw a little theory that maybe, the guy wasn't full of it, and I'm telling you, there's still a ton of stuff out there. Just, just takes time. A lot of research.
How long have you been metal detecting on land? Has this been a new thing for you?
I was always a serious water guy. I've been really getting into the land stuff lately because, when Dave White opened up, Dave White's like a lifelong friend of mine, 25 years. And, when Kellyco shut down in Orlando, I told him, I said, opportunity, bro. I'm like, you love what you do. You love to teach people. Get in here, open up. So being around a guy's metal detecting on land a lot kind of inspired me to, get that 30-30, get out there with him and start hunting. And I've enjoyed it. But yeah, before that, I was pretty much a water guy. I mean, I'd metal detect near shipwrecks on land because I'm telling you, every time you have a shipwreck, where the survivors go? They had to swim to shore.
Exactly.
I mean, and then you had the salvage companies that Spain and other countries would send back, where they use any of those out islands, to set up base camp, to cook and hide and store treasure. I mean, pirates were constantly attacking, the salvagers, and a lot of stuff I'm sure was put places that we can't imagine. And I imagine there's a lot of Caribbean islands out there that just have hidden stuff all over them.
Sure.
We were out there one time. This was before we even found Site 212. And Miklos, we pulled up to this little island, very shallow. And we left the big boat offshore. And we actually about 2.5 miles away went on to this little island. And there were cannons facing outward, protecting this building. And the cannons were probably late 1700s. I couldn't tell you what it was for. And of course, like moron, all our detectors were aquapulses. So they're not really good for land. And we had no land detectors on board. And don't think that we didn't try, but at the same time, we didn't know what the island was.
Right.
Was it so we didn't touch it. But man, I sure love to go back to that one day and, just detect the hell out of it,
It's just amazing that in this day and age, you can still come across stuff like that.
Oh man, there's more stuff. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know what they're looking at. Right. A lot of people don't know what they're looking at. That's why I try to tell people, right there, Coins of Lost Galleons. You want to learn how to read, treasure coins? It's a great pamphlet. It's about $6. KT Sid Jones, she dove the Etosha. This is a great cliff notes to learn how to read cogs. I tell people, books. I love the internet, but Kathleen Deegan, a Florida archaeologist, she wrote 2 amazing books on identifying artifacts and coins throughout the colonial areas. I tell people all the time. I mean, the more you read, the more you buy the pipe books. I mean, we're all finding clay pipes you know, all the time. Would it be nice to know what country they came from or how old they were? Artifacts, you know, I mean, pottery, wine bottles, you know, I mean, more colonial artifacts, all this stuff. That's how I learned to be in the business that I am. I'd go to all these, you know, what I call my rock star treasure hunter dealers, divers. And the first thing I did was I looked at their library on the wall and I was like, look, you know, you got, 500 books on the wall, 300 books on the wall, you know, what's the best books up there and what are the best 12 I can afford, you know? And they did. They gave me a list. And if they had extras, they sell them to me. I started building a library massively and just going through it all the time, because when you're on the internet and you're looking for artifacts, if you don't even know what you're looking for, how are you going to find it? Right. How are you going to do that?
That's right.
And a lot of these books, a lot of pictures in them. You know, I mean, go to Barnes and Noble, go to your used bookstores.
Dude, I'll buy artifact books. It's stuff that I'll never in a million years ever need. But that one time that is sitting on my shelf, thank God I just picked it up. Blindly pick them up. I'll pick them up and put them on the shelf.
The only thing Frank has ever taught me about metal detecting is not to stray too far from the public men's room. That's the only thing he's ever taught me.
The most important book I have, it shows a list of all the men's rooms.
That's right. That's right.
And you know what's weird is when you walk in and you hear somebody go, "Hey Frank, how you doing?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, how do they know it's him? Because the stall door is closed.
Guy, I make friends easy.
How do they know it's you when the stall door is closed, Frank? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, I don't. If somebody says your name and we're in the bathroom and I'm leaving, I
hightail it. I don't even go in there with him because I know something strange is going to happen.
Listen, I don't remember asking you. That bedroom in Ocean City was
you have
good
to make
for
more new
3 season
friends in
passes.
Florida
All I
now in
know.
the bathrooms.
Yeah,
that's what Frank's doing on the road down there, mapping out Clearwater and all those places.
I do. I figured. Listen, if wherever the best men's room are, it's probably where people have been gathering for many years. So
you got your own. Wait a minute, you got your own private plane?
One of the guys that we dive with, yes, has his own. We got a private plane. Well, he bought it because of COVID. When it shut us down and we couldn't get on commercial flights, that's the reason why the plane came about. We couldn't afford to, lose the opportunity once we found the shipwreck. So thank God one of the guys he's making about $350,000 a month. He can afford it. So he says, I'm gonna buy a plane. I said,
so you fly down. Wait, you fly down, and you stop in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. And you get off this plane and get onto the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
Yeah. And then the captain gets off the boat,
right,
onto the plane, and then the pilot takes him back to where we dock the boat, and then we sail on.
No customs.
Awesome.
Well, we declare where we're going. You can't just fly nowhere. But I mean, we got to give the plane its route. So I mean, we're still letting.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
It's just that way we can conceal the site from the captain, and we don't spend another 2 days in the boat.
And you're not meeting that plane over top of a ship anyway. You're traveling.
No, I know. I just think that's cool, man. We're on this plane. Oh, there's the boat. Drop us off right here, and then you hop from a plane to a boat in the middle of the ocean.
That's right.
That's got to be cool.
Yeah, it is.
I've never done it, but I think it's got to be cool to be sleeping on a boat out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. Well, you got your ups and downs. I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere, and you don't know who's out there in the middle of the night. Trust me, there's nights I don't sleep much. There's no question. I mean, you guys are patrolling the streets during the day, and these are opportunists. You can imagine. I'm not out there looking for seashells for sure.
We're picking up pool tabs and Mercs. Nobody's putting us down.
Yeah.
No,
but still, we still find freaking beer cans everywhere. One of the deepest shipwrecks. One of my friend was diving 16,100 feet. Well, he wasn't diving it, but they sent the ROV down, and right at the hull of the ship where it was sitting in the sand,
Budweiser can
was a freaking Budweiser can.
They're everywhere, man.
16,100 feet.
Really? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that's incredible.
Oh, it was insane. But yeah, I mean, but we love doing what we're doing. And, I tell everybody, check out our website, check out our Facebook. You can also follow us on Cooper's Treasure. Daryl Miklos, we know, star of Cooper's Treasure. My partner works here with me. So we post a lot on that site too.
I literally loved that show. I don't know how much you can talk about television, but I was very disappointed when that show went off the air.
Yeah.
I liked the whole story of how Gordon Cooper made these discoveries. Yeah. And then you brought it down to earth. It was a totally new, I don't want to say concept, but a new twist on what went on.
I think I'd still rather be diving with Mark on and picking up crosses like that.
Yeah. I can't tell you there has been 12 crosses brought up from the ocean, I'd say, in the world. I'd say it definitely put me in a different category. I mean, would I love to find another? Yeah. What's the probability? I mean, those are lottery numbers, freaking lottery.
Yeah,
numbers.
for sure.
Yeah.
Can you talk about any future television endeavors? Do you have any I mean,
over COVID in 21, well, figure what, 20 and 21, we filmed 3 TV shows here. One of the TV shows that we filmed, I was helping Miklos behind Cooper's Treasure as much as I could. Jim Sinclair, the archaeologist that was the archaeologist on the show, was working with me at the time. And Miklos called up and said, look, the guy we got season 1, he's sick. I need an archaeologist. I need Jim. So I sent Jim out and said, go. And fell in love with the show. Me and Daryl became good friends because of it. We kind of hooked up, went from there because of the fact that he lived in the water his whole life. And I lived in the water and in the store my whole life. So I had that retail experience that he did not. And that's the one thing, that we've been able to do is give treasure hunters a place to sell this stuff. Because I don't care if you go out and find Site 212, and find tons of these coins. Man, if you can't sell them, what are you going to do?
There you go.
And you got to pay your bills. And what a better place to bring it together than here. And so that's kind of how our magic went. And then, of course, all the equipment with Dave White being in here. And, we got a girl works for us, Kim. She's a retiree from Michigan. She ran the Aeronautical Zoo. It was like an airplane, historical air museum up there, I think called the Air Zoo. And she was there for over 30 years, retired, came here, works with us. So, we got a little crew that works with us here so that you're talking to real treasure hunters that actually brought the stuff up. We don't want any employees here that are not treasure hunters themselves. You can get that when you go around the Caribbean to these stores and all that stuff. I mean, you want to walk in and go, hey, did you find that? Tell me about that. And we go, yes, we did. And we work a lot in here. I wish I didn't work in here as much as I did, but I love what I do. I love sharing the information with people. I love teaching people. I love bringing people together. Even like being on the show. Eventually, I'd like to do more of them with you. Maybe do a coin night or an artifact identification night or something.
Absolutely.
We just come on here and have fun. I think
that too, but still dedication.
I think Ronnie wants to say something, and it's very
they never let me
the
talk.
rare occasion.
We're going to give Ronnie the rare occasion to speak.
Every time I try to talk, they just
come on, Ronnie.
So it don't matter. But honestly, what I need to know is, how many times has Frank begged you to be on one of your shows? Because he's looking for airtime,
Please. You want your show to go south immediately?
I figured he's calling you up 3 times a week at least.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're speaking, Ronnie, because, man, I'm watching every Monday night, and I'm like, man, we got to get this guy talking. A dog collar around the
night.
But
then he talks and he says stuff like that.
Now, when we come to visit you,
they step on me, they cut me off. I don't get time.
When we come to visit you, Ronnie don't like to carry cash. So will you be accepting his credit card on behalf of our purchases?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to call the bank first. I'm going to call the bank.
You
got my connections.
Don't worry about the bank.
So far, brother.
He's loaded. He's loaded. Yeah. He's got that black credit card, platinum. What's that? I mean, there's no limit on his card, but you know what? We'll just get a couple drinks. I know you got those fine glasses of scotch. He'll be buying us everything.
Oh man, we got a VIP bar upstairs. 90 bottles of scotch and bourbon and rum up there.
Oh, scotch. That's my
This
drink.
guy.
That's how
Now,
I
I
get
will
the credit card from him. I give him scotch.
I will tell you this: we do above everything else. No joking aside, we appreciate and value your friendship. Like I said, it was great meeting you in person. I had a blast, and I do look forward to seeing you at FH9. We'll get to you being there too. But I want to tell you that our page is yours to use. Go out there,
Absolutely, man.
promote whatever you like on our page, your store.
The chat is full of people who are saying, man, I want to get down to a shop. So make sure you promote your shop, your location, everything. Folks want to come down and see the inside of your place for sure.
Yeah, promote it up. Promote the hell out of it. And we do appreciate, we understand that you are helping sponsor FH9, which I think is great. And you're going to have a great time. He's frozen.
He froze. He can hear us? He can hear us, no?
No, I'm talking to him and he didn't hear a word I said. Man, I'm going to have to repeat that. Yeah, he was talking about losing connection here and there.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
he
he didn't have a good connection.
Mark, just click the link again if you get a chance.
Yeah, we know he'll
back in.
pop back in.
I just realized that Dave White is one of my dealers under Detecting Adventure, and they actually I guess they share the same shop. So this would be great going down there. I could see Dave White. Dave White.
Right.
So I'll be looking forward to that.
I can tell you this: while Mark's not here, we're gonna be doing the giveaway for the 8 Real. I made a post on Facebook. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll get back into the giveaway a little later. I'm going to back up. I don't know what you heard and what you didn't, but
I was out for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Our page is for you to use, to post on, share whatever you like. Your store, we want you to post on there. I was saying we value your friendship. Like I said, we met at FH at the Central Florida Hunt. I know you're going to go to FH9. I can't wait to hang out with you at FH9, and you really will have a good time there.
Well, there. That's been Miklos Underwater Site 212 holding gold bars. Both signed it, sealed, got the picture of the coin. We do sell these for $800 for the quality of giving away. Why am I giving such an expensive coin away? Look, I love you guys. I watch the show all the time. I always hope the best for you. I love your dedication. I love the people that come on. We're all here to bring it together. And you always mention in the shop, at least we'll keep it the right name this time. So I'm really.
And you swear you're talking about Detect America because.
Well, you're talking about me, Steve.
I mean, a lot of people have talked.
I mean, if Ronnie wouldn't talk so damn much so we could hear everybody.
Thank you.
He talks one time and he blows you right up the air.
I've been saying that since the inception. We got to get rid of that guy. I've been carrying Frank for all 9 years of this show.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm light. I can't carry you.
I thought Ronnie was going to help me. He ain't no help.
Yeah, I know. Mark, you're the real deal though. You're the guys we love to have on the show because you're living that life, brother. It's amazing.
Well, like I said, we're here to dazzle the girls. We're here.
Ooh.
Freaking Jesus! Can you do something right, Frank? Why do you keep losing this guy?
Yeah, I'll tie a rope to him next time.
All the good guests we have, and you screw it up.
Hey, Frank, you haven't ran to the bathroom yet.
No, I was just thinking about that.
So while Mark's away again, till we get him back, I'm going to go back to the giveaway. I'm telling you, if your name, I'm going to take the names off of YouTube. So
make it real easy. If the name appears twice on our list, you're not getting it.
You're not. Yeah, I got to put my foot down. I'm very disappointed that people can't play fair. They're doing everything to get their names in twice. I am going to take the names off of YouTube. And if
Don't
you're on
ask me what the hell's going on.
I know. Do you pay the bills around here or what?
This town sucks with internet service, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's a town. I think it's the state.
Yeah, 1565, man. This stuff's old here. Okay.
So again, we're hanging out at FH9. You will meet a lot of people. I mean, it's a good time. The place we're going to this year appears to be somewhere new, which is going to be neat. Do you know? Have you met Greg Papala before?
I've talked to him. I think I've met him, but at the same time, I've been to the location where he's talking about it. It's huge. I mean, this place is huge. It's not in the middle of nowhere, but it's huge. And the guy who owns the property is putting tons of money into it, trying to make it this huge entertaining of a place for families to come. Kinds of giant events there, concerts, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, I'll be setting up. I'm going to bring a big old tent and put up treasure cannons, treasure chests, I mean, you name it. Do what I can to help people, as a service, to give back to the people that, blessed me with such a great life doing treasure. And that's what it is. I've lived a good time, and I'm here to give it back to the people. You come in the store, we give you our undivided attention. I treat people the same. You spent $10 or $10,000. I believe that,
Ronnie will be spending 10. Ronnie will be spending 10K. You watch.
That's
We're spending Ronnie's money. But I gotta tell you,
I just want to say real quick, because coming up over and over and over in the chat. If you want to get in on this giveaway tonight, hit the like button if you're watching on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, Steve will collect those names. But if you're not hitting the like button, that's where we get the list from.
I haven't even started. I'll do that in a little while.
They're asking, so at least if they like it,
I'm talking here. But you can't get a better guy than Greg Papalo, his wife Maria. They're class act, both of them, the nicest people in the world. We have been involved with FH. See, I've been getting it right with FH9.
Yeah.
So it only took you 4 years.
And when did we start with them, Frank? FH5?
Six.
5 or 6.
No, me and Frank went at 5 together, and then Ronnie went the next year. So, yeah, we've been hanging out with them, and everyone else that goes there. I can't tell you. You probably know half the names I would mention, but all the people there, we just have I don't even detect. I go around and I talk to people, and I spend the whole weekend talking, having a ball.
Yeah.
Maybe this year I'll get to detect.
We never detect. We sit there and BS the whole day.
And the funny thing is, my brother's going to be there this year. This is going to be so funny because he makes fun of me for all these times I metal detect, and all of a sudden he's like, give me a metal detector. I want to go. So, oh my God, it's going to be a riot.
KG just popped on.
Who?
He stalks me. He stalks me.
Go Chefs.
Chef's my aunt. Oh, wait.
He said, go Chefs. I said, why? Do the Eagles need a good meal before they win the Super Bowl?
You know what? I forgot to ask this question. Mark?
Yeah.
Eagles or the Chiefs?
Oh, no. You're going to put me. Wait, I lost my Jags. Okay, my Jags are out.
That's cool.
But I'm going to have to say Eagles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
That's
good.
I have to do it.
My house, I have lights around the house. They're all green right now. My Tampa Bay fans love me in this neighborhood.
I know I'm going to have a lot of people hate me, but I'm sorry. I don't know what, I got to do it.
Hold on, though. But your team is out of it. So it's okay to pick one. I'm not, if they were playing the Jaguars and you say, I'm going to go to the Eagles, well, then maybe that's.
I lose you again?
No, you're there.
All right, good. But, man, I'm going to tell you what, everybody, whoever wins the coin has got to call me up, 904-599-5768. We're going to send you the coin. I'm going to get with Frank because we know how Frank is. So we're going to have to put a tracking number on it.
I'll ship it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It'll be another year older by the time.
I want to look at it for a while.
Do not send that thing to Frank. Are you nuts?
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing. But
vicious rumors, all started by Steve.
Yeah,
and the 25 people that just got their Christmas gifts from last year.
All right, then we're rocking on 5 and 9. We know we're going to have Mark back on this show a lot more. Yeah. I'll start taking the names off of YouTube. If you are on YouTube and your name is called, you have to answer on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, you better tell me now, because if you win off of, it's going to be checked for 2 names. If there's anything suspicious whatsoever, listen, Detect America rules say I can negate any prize for any reason whatsoever.
Right. And you we just want to be fair. This is an awesome prize.
Yeah, I just want people to be
This
fair.
is extremely generous of Mark. And we'll call the winner. And if you respond, fantastic, you're the winner. If we check and you're on 2 lists, you're not the winner. And I'll call Mark up and tell him, look, we're going to give away the coin again.
Oh, I'll check it right. I know where the names come from. I know the ones I type. So, all right, you guys talk while I start doing the names. Make sure you hit the like button.
Oh, wait, you want me to talk?
And I got to say, I'm sorry for the freaking noise I was making. I'm sitting here playing with like 150 coins in front of me.
You know what?
And I'm driving people nuts.
If
You
you're
should have told
tapping
me.
your foot or you were knocking on something, that's one thing. You're playing with the coins, it's fine. I recognize the sound, it's fine.
I know. I know that sound.
Damn.
Michael Bonhoff. That is hilarious. Frank, go back and read the chat.
Wait, what? Come on,
Michael Bonhoff.
Who? On the Facebook chat?
On the Facebook chat, yeah, it's probably about 20 now, past 20 back.
Who was it?
Michael. Hold on.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
you
yeah?
saw it?
Real funny.
Join
Yeah.
Ronnie, Mike. You could join Ronnie going to see the Giants play at the
Guess whose name just got erased. Guess whose name just got erased from the smart ass. All right, so listen, I just need to interrupt real quick. I've got Arnold Picard and Mark Watrous on YouTube. So if you're on Facebook also, you're going to be null and void. So if your name is in there twice,
if you liked it on Facebook, unlike it.
it's going to be checked. And
Yeah,
Sandra Marshak has joined us.
Win it right. Win it right.
Sandra Marshak has joined us on YouTube tonight. So I just want to say hello to Sandra. Hope everything's going well. I see names as I go. There's
But
a name
anyway,
here.
so the store number is 904 area code 599-5768. You go to SpanishMainAntiques.com for our website. You go to Spanish Main Antiques for our Facebook. And you can also follow us on Cooper's Treasure as well. But anything that we can do, give us a call. We're really busy around the shop a lot, but I'm always here to help everybody. But I want to hear from the person who wins this coin, because if you want it mounted, we could mount it. If you want to keep it the way it is, that's fine. But yeah, I see that Eagles thing. I see it.
Yeah, 70 degrees, and he's got a blanket on.
That's
Blanket.
But I really hope they enjoy the coin, and hope to be on the show again. I'll still keep giving stuff away.
I'll take a link from your site, Mark, and we'll post it periodically and make sure it stays up on the. We'll roll through the pages here and there.
Cool. And then, like I said, anything I can help anybody do. It's not about just me up here talking about myself and talking about the shop. I'm here for the people. I love what I do. Anything I can do to help, man, that's what we're here for. That's
what I tell Steve. I'm not here to talk about myself. It just happens.
And you don't stop either. You don't seem to shut up about it.
Poor Ronnie. I swear.
That's all right, man.
But he's the one who still has all his hair.
Talk about himself than me talk about myself.
Ronnie secretly tells me to do it.
Yeah.
Steve,
what a crew.
Dude, we haven't mentioned to Mark about going and checking out my appearances on
You shut the hell up.
You must have forgot.
See what happens when we have downtime. See what happens when we have downtime on this show. He takes advantage of talking about his damn self. So I'm just moving through the names here. I'll read out the ones I have on YouTube in a minute here because I think I'm almost done. Joe Wells. I like to get, and it's a benefit I really do here to get the names off of there's Brent Harold signing in on YouTube, my man.
You can see that piece right there. I found that from an unidentified shipwreck area. Just goes to show you that that's jewelry back then too. Those are not emeralds.
What is it? It's emeralds?
That is a necklace called paste jewelry. So even the rich had synthetic stuff back then too. That is a coral encased necklace that is not emeralds. That is actually fake emeralds.
No kidding.
Yeah. That's
All right,
pretty
I'm
cool.
going to real quick call the names off of YouTube so it gives everybody a chance. I've got Jeff N., Opie Brockett, Chase Williamson, Arnold Picard, Mark Watrous, Sandra Marshak, AP Merck, Troy Johnson, I'm Digging East Texas, Practical Ken, Nick Surfer, Metal Detect Florida, BC Turtle, my main man John Brantley, he's a nut, Cleocatra Nails, Joe Wells, and Brent Harold. They're all the names off of YouTube. If you are on YouTube and I didn't call your name, type up in there again. And we'll get your name off of YouTube. And then I'm going to take all the names off of Facebook next. You guys are all still here, right? I didn't get the boot. See, Mark, what you don't know is we just kicked Ronnie off the show.
From talking too much?
Then we tell him I was a mistake. I'm really sorry.
Oh, wait, he wants to come back.
Listen, you don't get anybody better than Ronnie, man. He's such a great guy.
I'm back.
Oh, he didn't pay the electric bill.
No, I'll tell you what, man. I got drops me anytime it wants, even during the course of the day. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
We don't want to hear you.
All right. You know what? I probably switched over to my phone.
Me too, girl.
iPhone camera disconnected. All right. Let me get over here. iPhone camera, FaceTime. All right. There we go. Can you hear me now?
We
We can hear and see you.
Oh, very good. Yeah, my Comcast. I got Comcast over here, and it just kind of shits the bed when it wants to. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's funny. It shits the bed when it wants to.
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking the names. On top is Richard Krockmeyer. I see my man. No, there's something wrong here.
Woo. But anyway, so man, identification. Get out there, study. People are always asking us, where do we find these shipwrecks? It's no different than the way we do it on land. I mean, I'm friending every shrimp boat captain. I'm reading articles. We're studying the archival research areas going back hundreds of years for newspapers, family rumors. Antique maps. It's all telling me something. Just love the old documents. This is dated 1715. These are your old colonial documents. And I'm telling you, we never stop researching everywhere you can imagine. That's 300 years old right there. Can't read it. It's all colonial. But we have our specialists in that division area that'll help us. There's a book right there, 1739, talks about the pirates, Captain Jennings attacking the 1715 fleet. This is a super cool book. Nobody's really ever seen it in person. There's copies out there, but I don't know many of people that actually have an original copy of trying to come up with a treaty to get rid of all the pirates to keep attacking the shipwrecks, mainly the 1715 fleet, which is mentioned in this book. So, there's so many different ways that we do a lot of our research to find what we're doing. And I tell people out there, don't quit, follow your passion. Just try to get along out there. I see so many people fighting and arguing with each other, man. Just enjoy it. There is 3 million shipwrecks, listed shipwrecks out there that sank, that were somewhere out there. They estimate 60 billion in silver and gold was taken out of Central and South America in the mints that spread all throughout the world. I think there's more. I think there's a lot more contraband out there than we could ever imagine. There's more treasure out there than we're ever going to find. There's no question about it. And
you're talking about 60 billion. That's the known monies that these ships were carrying. But what about like these gold boxes that have a piece of jewelry in it that maybe were private property, weren't part of the bank, so to speak?
I'm going to show you something. There's probably been maybe about 12 people, 15 people that have seen what I'm getting ready to show you. And I'm not trying to get St. Augustine lit up, but one of the TV shows that we filmed here was because In 2016, when Matthew hit St. Augustine, we hadn't been hit by a hurricane since Dora in 64. So it rocked our coastline. It uncovered shipwrecks. It uncovered sand from everywhere. It threw stuff everywhere. And then next year you had Hurricane Irma that came and then just handed us, our ass for 8.5 hours again. And while we were out there looking, I found this. This is a solid silver wedge. This was found at a site that I'm going to take you guys to. I'm going to take you close to it. It's not right in St. Augustine, but it's not far. But people don't find these anywhere except 1715 Fleet.
Was that like an ingot of some sort, or is there another purpose for that?
Yep, these are called pie wedges. And what they do is they take and they'd hide these and they would pour them and they'd set them like a pie all the way around to the bottom of the barrel and put a fake top on it and then fill it up just like you see on TV. Mainly the only places these have ever been found is 1715 Fleet. And what's one doing way up north?
Wow.
We've been hunting for the lost 1715 Fleet ships for a long time. Robert Marks, if anybody studies, shipwreck history, Robert Marks wrote 60 books. He located a salvage vessel about 60 miles off the coast of St. Augustine, again identified by a shrimper pulling stuff up in his nets.
No kidding.
Marks went back out there in 1991 and found an actual salvage vessel and started pulling up 1715 Fleet period recovered artifacts.
That whole conversation, all Steve heard was shrimp.
That's right. That's right.
You're damn right. That's my favorite word.
Amazing, dude. That's
amazing. But nobody's ever found one like this up north. No one's found anything like this up here. So they did a TV show on it. And, of course, COVID put everything on the shelf. So we're sitting there waiting for the big networks to pick it up with the other two shows. But this is a clue. I've got other clues. I'm not going to share them right now, but I'm studying and I'm listening to all the other treasure hunters within 50 miles of here that are hunting and finding things just like everybody else is.
Right.
But there's a structure somewhere out here. But the sad part about it is if it is offshore, state of Florida would never allow us to salvage it anyways because it is a sovereign vessel. And it would be sad, but I guess it'd be kind of cool to call up the King of Spain and Queen and say, "Yeah, I lost one of your lost ships, and here's $500 million, and maybe they give me a finder's fee, maybe give me a finder's fee."
Exactly.
I do want to ask you though, for sure, if something ever breaks and something's going to be on TV, man, you got to blast our page with it because. Well,
we sign these disclosure agreements.
When you can. I don't mean. I'm saying when it breaks.
Oh, yeah.
When it breaks.
Yeah.
I want to know about it because I want to be the first person watching that show.
Yeah. So we got another one in the works right now, and we're fighting hard for it. And but like I said, we're locked into a couple of big production companies. But it's just like anything. There's good that'll come with it, and there's going to be bad that'll come with it. Every time you find something, you got people harping that you planted it, and if I'm smelling it, I stole it. So it's just I walk that line in my career of. What I do. And you just got to love what you do, and you got to turn a blind eye to all the BS and have fun and just do the best you can. But there's a lot of good people out there finding a lot of good stuff, and they just don't want the attention. And trust me, I get it. I'm not looking for it, but everybody else enjoy finding their stuff and helping identify what it is and, teaching them what it's worth and just having a lot of fun doing what I do.
I like this part of the hobby. I love the friends first part of this hobby where we go around, we laugh, we joke, we all get along, we do a little bit of detecting together. Doesn't matter who finds it, and that's the enjoyable part.
Yeah.
That's probably why me, Frank, and Ron, we go out, we laugh, we have a good time. Frank doesn't always get jealous at our find. And he does. He finds a lot of good things, but every once in a while, we got to,
that's right,
put him in his place. But
right.
We have a good time, and like I said, we've been we've been going on excursions. We've been taking our wives, and we have a good little group of us 6 people, and we have a great time. And we're going to come out and hang out with you. That's for sure.
Well, it's a good time, man. I tell you, that's one thing about history. Every time we're out there finding stuff, it's just nothing better than touching something somebody hasn't touched in a very long time, you know.
And I gotta tell you one thing.
Uh,
When we're at FH9, keep your eye peeled, because if you see
I
Frank,
see you.
no,
Yeah,
if you see,
exactly. See, Mark's got you pegged already, brother.
if you see, now listen, if you see Frank and John Porcella talking, you got to get close by, because they're probably arguing with each other, and it's funny. It's funny as hell.
Hey, I'm gonna keep rubber gloves on. Ain't nobody gonna come around me at all. I'm keeping the rubber gloves on. That's it.
But between those two, man, they were fighting last time. I was dying laugh. I got a little annoyed, but it was funny.
I
in the long
wasn't
run.
fighting with him. I was saving his life.
No, not then. I'm talking about when we first got on the beach. All right, listen, let's give this away. I've got the names down. Here's the deal. I'm going to pick the name. You have 1 minute to respond. Folks, if you're typing in the chat, please. I don't know where all my chat is. If you're typing in the chat, please let the person respond. Let's not type in the chat and give the person a chance to respond.
Chat moves so fast, I can't.
And let's see. All right, Cal, can you see that?
Now I see your keyboard.
Keyboard? Oh, it's down. Okay,
All right, there you go. Perfect.
that's perfect.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to shuffle them up, and you can still see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that! I can see it on my other screen. All right, here comes the name.
Woo!
I win. It's Art Vandelay. Oh no. Oh wow. Somebody, Yukari Woodland.
Yukari Woodland.
Yukari Woodland, you now have 1 minute. And that is not a YouTube name.
All right, so it's going to be on here.
That's going to be a Facebook. This has to be seen by Frank, Ron, or myself.
We are watching the Facebook chat.
And
It
he's
says
there.
I'm here.
And he's
It says
there.
I'm here.
Woohoo!
Now, I can honestly say I've
Dang,
never seen that name before.
that's yours, man. That's
Look
yours
at that
right there.
thing. Holy
Look at
crap.
that.
Woo! Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
That's
I'll tell you
nice.
something, man. You get them in your hand, and you can. They've got night. Oh, they're just beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And there's your shirt. Comes with it, signed by both of us. And heck yeah, man, cherish it and love it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
That is a gem, baby. Holy
Yep.
crap, that's beautiful.
So, Yukari Woodland. Now, how does he claim this, Mark? He's got to give you a call.
You guys tell me. You know, I'm here.
No, you want to talk to him. So, okay,
Yeah.
Yukari Woodland. What you're going to do is you're going to at least contact me or Frank on Facebook, or both of us friend us up, because I've never seen your name before. So you're on Facebook. Get in touch with me or Frank, and then you're going to call Mr. Mark Anthony at
904. Yeah, you got it. 904 area code 599-5768. Give me a call. I need your address and everything so we can send it to you. Thank these guys for bringing me on and the service they do. And, you just got a kick-ass coin because of this show. So
I told you it was going to be a good show. I told you that the minute I met you, I was like, you fit in. You fit in.
KT's saying spin
what's the
again.
hair? Was it the
We
hair?
can.
Was it the hair?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's blowing it in.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
blowing it in.
I'm making this big mistake.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me, please. Am I making a mistake trying to grow in my hair? I hate it.
You can do a comb over when it gets long enough.
I don't even know if I can do that. Come on now. That's
Hey,
not,
hey, let go. Just like
Yeah.
the .com. Let go. Just gotta let it go, man.
just let it
Just let
cut
it.
cut it off. Cut it off again.
Yeah, whatever you got to do, man. Yeah, just don't try to fluff it out. Look.
I would see, but
No, I want to
that's,
see the comb over. No.
Yeah.
that's where my man bun was going to be.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, I hear you.
Look at old scrub brush head back there.
I know. It's time. I can almost put a part in it. It's time to shave it off again.
It looks like a mohawk, Frank.
Yeah.
I can't help it. It's the weather, the warm weather. It only grows where the sun hits it.
You got hair that looks like freaking Bert. You got Bert looking like hair.
It's gonna be gone. It's
I'm
the way the light's hitting
the
it.
hair, and I'm the oldest one here.
If he stands
I know.
up,
I can see the threads, Ron.
I think he wears a hat so that doesn't get caught in the ceiling fan up there.
Yeah, dude, it's bad news. Those things caught in their low here.
Yeah.
Flow bee. Remember the flow bees? You used to cut your own hair.
Don't laugh. My mother cut my hair with a flow bee for like 25 years.
That's why it looks like the way it does.
This will not look like this time
A
tomorrow.
Floby. Did you really have a Floby?
Not anymore because they only sell them for dogs now. I was going to try one out, but
Incredible. Mark, I gotta tell you, thank you so much for being on our show.
Yeah,
and I
man.
got a
We're
flow
gonna be
story
in
too
touch.
later.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you back whenever you want to come on. You let us know because we will just kick Ronnie to the curb for you, buddy.
Oh, I know. Hey, we got him to talk more this time. I'm happy.
We will tell him that it's technical difficulties. We'll shoot him off the show, and boom, you can even have a bigger screen.
Hey, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
They'll
Hey,
just put the
I wonder if
still
I can do
picture
it
of
or
me, the still picture of me on it.
Yeah,
Whenever I'm not around.
There you
I
go.
like that. Look at that.
I was trying to get Mark in it, but I can't do it. Depends on where they're.
All right, Mark. Thanks again. I'll let you, Frank. You can say goodnight. Ronnie, say goodnight to Mark.
Thank you very
Man,
much. It was
thanks,
a great
guys.
show.
Thanks so much, man. We greatly appreciate it. You were a blast.
Yeah, we'll have a lot more fun, more times to come.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Down and see you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Actually, I'm a good friend of Dave White.
So, I told you. Did I not tell you that? I said, man, this guy, he's awesome. A really nice guy, down to earth. Loves a joke, and he's the real deal, man.
Yeah. And that's the best part, dude. This guy is living it. He's living it.
And he's going to take me out to Site 212.
I'm going to put on my Bermuda shorts and maybe walk down to the pool tomorrow if it's warm.
Where he's going to take me to Site 212, where I will dive.
Where you will die?
Probably. Whatever comes first. I'll roll off that damn boat like an orca. But we're going to have him back on the show. We are going to listen. We still got to talk about FH9. We got FH9, and listen. I know it's what, 3 months?
3 months.
Yeah,
4 months.
Getting to May.
And guess what? It's going to come quick, and we're going to have a ball. I just think we're going to have a ball this year.
4 months.
And like we always do. I'm psyched again. I really am psyched. And then, like I said, it was turning out that I almost wasn't able to go. Ronnie says he's going to go. And then, like I said, dude, when my brother said he wanted to go, that made it even funnier. That's going to make it. Dude, how funny was it the night he went to dinner with us?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So,
yeah.
It's a shame. I'm going to try and get him to St. Augustine.
Who?
My brother to pop up.
Oh yeah, dude. He's
it's not far. He's not. I don't know how far of a ride it is, but I like him.
But that Rochelle girl, she has to stay away. I'm still mad.
I'll tell you something. He's to me. I talked to him the other day. She's going to California. He's got to go. They're popping around the country for their work, and he's flying back and forth. I said, look. If you're not going to be there after Florida Hunt 9 when I go visit, just tell me where the key is.
Yeah.
I mean, he showed me where we're going to be staying. It's like our own apartment inside his condo. He's like, all right, you got a bedroom, you got your own bathroom, and this big living area. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know where my wife's going to sleep, but I'm going to have it made. And then he says, then we sit there and we sit out on the deck. Well, he's slumming this time because he's only on the 5th floor compared to the 10th floor. But I could sit on that deck and look out at the ocean all day long. And he's like, you want to go somewhere? And I'm just like, no, no, I got it made. And then I'll go down on the beach and I'll go swimming. And then I know where I'll
talk for a few minutes because I got to go take a meeting. Very important.
Yeah, go away. I'll talk to my friend Ron. I don't like talking to you anyway. The guy gets in the middle of a show, Ron. He just gets up and walks away.
Well, hey, hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I guess,
And
right?
he thinks he's like a big star.
Eh, I don't even
All
think
right, so
big
what's going on
stars.
in business? Manicure. Have you been rocking the manicure at all?
What we can get, yes. My sales rep told me, the next they're expecting a big shipment to come in, and he said your allotment will be better than what it's been. So we'll see.
I you know
I think it's a pipe dream.
I will say this, and before he comes back, we had a guest tonight. When we have guests on our show, especially the caliber of Mark Anthony on our show, we give them all the attention. We've had a little bit of controversy coming up on the page, and I know Frank wants to address it, and who knows, we might put out there. You might want to keep it on the page. We might come on tomorrow night and have a argument / discussion because they're gonna say
TV producers keep calling me and calling me. I can't get away from it.
yeah, he calls you while you're in the bathroom. Yeah, he calls you when you're sitting down.
Did you see how much liquid I consumed during that show?
So Frank, what I want to know is I talked about our recent page controversy.
Oh yeah.
And maybe we're going to discuss, keep an eye on the page. We might come on tomorrow night, and it's going to get down and dirty because Frank's hot on the topic. I actually have been sitting there arguing with Frank all day about the opposite of what Frank thinks. So it's very possible we could be sitting here and arguing tomorrow night.
I'm glad you just let me in on this because I'm totally blind.
Well, then what? Well, no,
We'll let you in on it. May not be one you want to get in on.
Yeah, you may want to sit on the sidelines for this one because
Right.
I'm literally arguing with him today on the phone, and there's just some things that have come up about.
Yes, Marla, I washed my hands. Thank you.
There's things coming up about the manicure that the reviews of the manicure that I believe Frank wants to address.
It's not even that. And again, it's not even blowing smoke up anybody's rear end about how great the machine is. It's not even about that. It has nothing to do with the greatest machine since buttered bread, because I haven't even made that decision yet. It's about information being put on the page. Guys want to come on. They want to call companies liars and don't understand the technology, but still have to make a statement about it.
Well, we'll address it tomorrow night. I mean, if you want to talk about it tomorrow night, we'll come on. Pick a time, either 7, 8 o'clock or whatever. We'll get on here, maybe 8 o'clock tomorrow. Look, and we'll post it on the show for those who want to get involved in the argument. And you know what? When we are arguing, we'll read the chat.
We'll read the chat. Yeah, exactly.
We'll get in. I know when like tonight, I can't read the chat. When we have a guest on, it's tough for me to read the chat, and I feel bad.
Somebody posted they want to know if the argument was about low tides and high tides.
What? Yeah. Listen, we've argued about some stupid things, and this is probably going to be one of them. But there are a lot of different opinions, and we can maybe address some of them, or at least try to address some of them.
Well, first of all, the machine hasn't been out that long.
Exactly.
So if anybody's going to claim that they're an expert, I don't think that's a legitimate argument.
And Ronnie, if I could, I would claim expert.
Well, I know you.
I can't
would.
do that.
I'm going to tell you.
Well,
I know you. I've talked to you about the machine. You're trying to get your hands around it to understand it. I also sold one to an older gentleman in Connecticut. Okay. And it was the same conversation I had with him. Basically, is what I had with you. He said that the machine is a very powerful machine. He says the people are out there that I'm seeing bashing the machine, obviously aren't doing their homework.
And the thing is, and we'll talk about it. But I've reached out to there's a few guys around this country that I kind of trust that are using it. and we've been comparing notes, and they've been setting me straight on a couple of things. I've enlightened them to some of the stuff I found out on the beach, and we're actually we're compiling some good information about the machine and making sense of this thing that nobody out there swinging this thing for a week or a day or 2 weeks is no way you got your head wrapped around it yet. It's a different machine.
Are you
So,
going to
Ronnie, we want you to join us tomorrow, Ron?
Yeah, send me the invite. I don't think
Frank, you want to pick a time? 8 o'clock? Is anyone broke?
Everybody knows 8 o'clock.
So make sure
are you still watching? Is 8 o'clock good tomorrow?
So,
we were talking about, Steve was talking about grabbing your credit card. Ronnie's going to buy me and Steve a coin, and Lisa chimes in and goes, "Oh, you mean his wife is going to get a coin?"
she was arguing with me. She was telling me she wanted to win it tonight.
She's still watching. So
Who, my wife?
No, my wife still watching.
Yeah. So
I didn't see your wife on tonight.
Her name was on the list. I saw her name on there. She thinks she's going to win the coin. I'm like, you're going to.
No, only I can win it if my name's on the list.
Listen, I wanted.
Apparently, I'm the only one who doesn't have one.
I wanted to be on that list. That's a beautiful coin.
I am too. I'm going to put that freaking hammered on my chain. I'm going to wear it around now.
Well, you're on the wrong coast for those coins, Frank. You needed to be on the other side.
I'm finding too many of those big 8s over here.
Yeah, not too many. Well, I heard there is a spot somewhere over there.
Listen, we're working on a top secret place.
There you go.
We just got to get the hotel chain to move their hotel.
The what? Anyway. All right. So listen, join us tomorrow night. Ronnie, say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody. It was a great show. Fantastic guest. A lot of information. If you're ever in that area down there, go in and see that shop. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
Be there. We're gonna check it out. I can't wait.
And put whatever you want on Ronnie's card.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. We're gonna be down Spanish made antiques. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll be there. All right. Ronnie, good night, buddy. Good seeing
night,
you.
everybody. Have a great night.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks for watching.
So there you have it, bud. We're gonna get to hash out.
Yeah, I think it's a great topic. It's not even so much of an argument, a little bit, but it's a great topic. It's because there's so much disinformation being spread around.
It just wasn't for tonight.
No. It would have took away from tonight's show big time. Tonight's show was awesome. Marc Anthony's awesome dude for doing it.
We can't. Oh my God, great guy. So what else? And then, like I said, I'm starting to get psyched for FH9, and not just the event, not just seeing everybody that's awesome, seeing Greg, just not just digging.
We wait all year long just to go down and see our friends.
Yeah,
and they're only 2 hours away from me now. I still don't get to see them.
Yeah, but 2 hours, that's a little distance.
Let's put it this way: I'll get to see them more than I did before, but still not
honestly,
an everyday thing.
And honestly, for Greg and Maria, you and Celeste should jump in the car. If you're going to go visit your son or something, then you stop and see them.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you something, man. They have taken us to so many restaurants, and everyone they take us to are delicious.
They know good restaurants.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. When we first met them, the one they pointed us to, that seafood one we went to, was great.
It was fantastic.
I'm like, wow, okay, that was good. And then Greg's like, well, I'm going to take you somewhere. And we get there like that. I think he took us out twice that weekend. Yeah. And the places. And I remember the one we went to. I think it was the last one we went to.
Greg says he's got a few in mind for us.
Listen, I can't argue. There's no way I'm going to doubt that. But there was the one we went to where I think they had that young girl with the young girl.
Yeah. The Italian restaurant.
That restaurant was good.
It was excellent. We
Oh
were
my
there with
God.
Lane and Rich and those guys.
Yeah, we had a ball. I gotta try and talk Elaine and the Rich going.
Tony and Al's, he said. Tony and Al's.
Listen, whatever. Listen, I don't care. He could tell me. I'll bet if he took me to McDonald's, it would be the best McDonald's we ever went to. Guy's great. So what else is going on in the life of Frank?
Nada. Getting ready to paint my house.
What color?
I'm painting it undersea blue.
I understand. Under the sea. I understand that Mr. Papalo was instrumental in assisting you in the
Help me. First of all,
process.
thank you, Greg, for picking. I was almost going to buy the wrong paint, and Greg was very, very helpful in that.
I told you blood red just wasn't really a good option.
I need something that goes with my LED light, so when the Eagles win, I can throw up green. 4th of July, I can throw up red, white, and blue.
Here we go. Guess who's here? Sit down.
The cock blocker.
Guess who's here? Why? What you do?
Yeah, you got me confused for a minute because you said sit down, and then Debbie answered. I was like, what? I thought you were talking to the dog. You're talking to Debbie? What?
Sit down. Sit down. All right. Say hi to Frank.
Campers!
Oh! Frank! Oh, Frank!
He misses me.
Oh, you're such a good boy. He's such a good boy, man. All right, shut the. Good boy. He loves you. He sleeps with Daddy every night.
Yeah, I know. They're paying the butt, dude. Try having 3 of them up there.
No, I love it. I like having him in a bed. He don't get up in the middle of the night. But it's a battle sometimes. We push each other and kick each other's ass, man. I'm telling you. It gets bad. And then there was the night my wife fell out of bed. That was funny. Have you ever had that happen? You're sound asleep and you hear this thump, and there's my old lady. There's my old lady laying on the floor, and I'm like, what the hell did you do? She's like, I fell, and I'm like,
Like, go this way, mamas.
here, do you like this? I don't know. I gotta scrap that.
No, just scrap it.
You don't like it?
I don't need any.
Oh, I thought I might give it to Tim though. See if he likes it.
Frank, I heard you're from Vineland.
Vineland.
Oh yeah, they were talking about
About Pacheco.
yeah, and they go, he's from Vine.
My team is in from Philly, and a guy from my hometown is in on the other team.
Yeah, and they pronounced it Vineland.
Vineland.
Yeah.
Once again, everything is about me. The Super Bowl is all about me. I'm so excited.
I know. Except our Haddon Heights guy knocked out the other guy from the other team.
Reddick.
Reddick.
Reddick went to Haddon Heights High.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, supposedly. But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl.
I really
They
think
have to.
I really
hate
think
to
they're
admit
going to
it.
have a hard time losing. I really think they're the toughest team out there.
Jalen Hurts is just focused. He's in that pocket. He's just.
Not only that, I don't want that other redhead fire crotch to win.
Oh my God, Deb! I'm on a live show.
Oh.
I think she thinks we're just chatting.
Although all respect to him because that quarterback won that game on one leg.
Oh, Mahomes, yeah, yeah, but dude, Purdy, I don't know, was a little like how do I put it? Entitlement quarterback. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, yo, dude, you're going for the Super Bowl, okay? I can't throw. I mean,
yeah, I can't hold it against the dude. You get one of those pointers on that nerve, and you can't feel your hand, and you can't throw a football if you can't feel your hand. I get it, but everybody's saying, oh, they gave the game to Kansas City. Kansas City's quarterback had one leg; he couldn't walk.
Oh, he was beat up, dude. He was, yeah.
The guys are falling over on one leg, and he's like throwing pinpoint touchdown passes.
That's what I mean, though. That's the difference between, look, this is for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I get you.
You know? All right, I'm going to bed because this thing comes down and interrupts my show. I guess.
I thought you were done.
All right, guys, tune in tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow? Yeah, remind me, tomorrow night, 8:00. We're going to have a blast. I'll tell you. Did you sign us out?
Not yet.
Okay.
Wait, I'm signing us out.